The neighboring country of Niger, Mali, we've just seen now that the US there also have placed sanctions on some of the military officials. What does this all mean then for the Ecowas region?
It's quite unstable right now. And unfortunately, you have the chair currently, it's Nigeria, and the president of Nigeria. You know, he's also facing a lot of pressure in his country in terms of how the election panned out, in terms of the results. Some questioning the credibility of the elections. He issued a strong statement yesterday, but already when you read the reaction to that statement, people were already saying, you yourself, you are not legitimate. And therefore, this time around, ECOWAS is not as strong as the ECOWAS that we are used to. You'd recall when there were challenges in the region previously, they were quick to react and to respond, and there was that credibility because those who were speaking at that time, who were leading the regional body, had credibility. But right now, it's on a very shaky.
Yes, the message has gotten far and beyond. The message of Tinubu's illegitimacy has gotten far and beyond. And now countries are beginning to call him out, basically what is now surrounding him. From the video you watched from the beginning, of course, some of you have seen the very result of voting an illegitimate president as your president. Of course, the shame will continue to hover, and no matter how you try to hide it, no matter how you try to put it in one corner, it will continue to trend. Tinubu can pay as many people that he wants to pay, but we have not yet forgotten what is on ground. We have not yet forgotten that in one way or the other, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has gotten into this Aso Rock by stealing. Gotten into the Aso Rock by stealing. We shouldn't forget that. And no matter what he tries to play, he wants to play God or whatever the case may be, this thing will continue to fight against him every day and every time. We have not forgotten that Bola Ahmed Tinubu's drug case is still in hijack. In hijack, not hijack, in hijack. So it is still trending that Bola Ahmed Tinubu's drug case and 460,000 forfeiture is on hijack. Then number two is 25% in FCT. You see, what is very, very funny here is that no matter how they try to curve this and curve the truth to make the lie become the truth and make the truth become the lie, it's only going to last for some time. Yes, Tinubu can stay in that seat. They should steal more money, keep stealing more money. Buhari stayed in that seat but couldn't steal all the money that Nigeria have. So Tinubu can stay there and steal more money and keep stealing money. The life of Nigeria will only get better. It can only get better. And when the right man comes into power, so many of them will have to vomit what they have stolen. Many illegitimacies and lies that have been told from the very beginning will eventually come to reality, and those who are meant to face the law will face the law. So this was a live TV. I don't know which country is this, but this woman has clearly said that Tinubu, being the president of the ECOWAS, has already made it a weakness to other African countries. We learned that the military has taken over Niger Republic. They held down the president, probably because of criminal and money laundry and all that. I don't have the full story. I'm going to go through it and I'm going to say it. So, but when thrown the question to the woman was like, if it was before, when they had a legitimate president as the ECOWAS president, this nonsense wouldn't have been happening. This nonsense wouldn't have been happening. We haven't forgotten the 25% in FCT, which Tinubu did not have. We haven't forgotten the fourth certificate. These are just the minor ones. The major ones are still surrounding Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I won't forget the INEC not following its guidelines, Shetima double nomination, election rigging, Guinea passport and perjury, even lying under oath, EU report, all eyes, and everything this man has to his name. How long are people going to keep pretending that a man who is not supposed to be their president are in their seat. So, along the line, Bola Ahmed Tinubu came out and gave an order that he believes in democracy after the military took over Niger Republic. What is the difference between the military takeover of Niger Republic and the Tinubu takeover of Nigerian state? What is the difference? We have over 2 point something million votes that are missing that cannot be accredited to. They cannot tell us how these votes were missing or how they were gotten, yet you have a president, you have a country's president. That is so uncalled for. US Vice President Kamala Harris and United Nations Secretary General Anthony Guterres have backed Nigeria's effort towards restoring constitutional order in the Niger Republic. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking the lead as the Ecowas leader. This is contained in a statement by Dele Alake, the presidential spokesperson. The presidency said that the support was made in separate telephone conversation with Mr. Tinubu on Thursday in Abuja. According to the statement, the two leaders also commended Mr. Tinubu for spearheading the peace moves. On Wednesday, some Nigerian soldiers from the presidential guard moved to depose President Mohamed Bazoum. Mr. Tinubu quickly rejected the coup attempt and detention of Mr. Bazoum and sent a strong delegation to talk with all the parties about restoring constitutional order in the country. Now, how can you be an illegitimate president and you are sending people to go and restore peace in an illegitimate country? How does it work? This is what the ECOWAS discussion is all about. You are illegitimate and you are sending people to go and restore peace. How? How is it going to happen? How is it possible? Wow. Nigeria has gotten this bad. I never knew that I'm going to be alive to see Nigeria get this bad. I don't know that I'm going to be alive to see Nigeria get this bad. That is why when we see our elders shedding tears because of what they are seeing, you'll be like, when we were growing, these things wasn't like this. Remember when bag of rice was sold for 3,000 naira? Can it ever be sold like that again? When bag of cement was just sold for 200 naira, can it ever be sold like that again? And our children are suffering, and we see people who are not tired of suffering. We unite when it comes to within ourselves being maltreated, but we don't unite against ourselves when it comes to tribe. This is the message. But how long are we going to keep passing it? How long will this thing continue? How long? That is one thing that so many of you have failed to understand. Tinubu can't be there. He can't be there. But the only thing I'm going to say is that if Tinubu wins the court case, if eventually win the court case, then everyone who voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be ready to face the dancing tone, because it will no longer be funny. And that is just what they are saying. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu lacks legitimacy and credibility. Consequently, his chairmanship of Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas, have left the regional body on very shaky ground. South African Broadcasting Corporation, I've finally gotten it. So South African Broadcasting Corporation have already said that Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu lacks legitimacy and credibility. So it has left Nigeria on shaking ground. It has left ECOWAS on shaking ground. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for supporting the Future News. Peace.